WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We begin this evening with breaking news out of Starkville. Starkville Police Chief Frank Nichols just announcing that he will be retiring from his position at the end of the year. The chief making that announcement just moments ago at the Starkville Board of Aldermen meeting. Our Quentin Smith is there at that meeting. He will bring us further details coming up tonight at 9 and 10. But again, Starkville Police Chief Frank Nichols announcing that he will be retiring from his post at the end of the year. He has been with the police department there in Starkville for 27 years. A year and a half after a Winston County woman was murdered, investigators are still working to get justice for her family. Carol Burnside was shot and killed in her home in January of 2018. Winston County Sheriff Jason Pugh says investigators suspected her husband, Daryl Burnside, was involved early on in the case. He is now in jail in Texas, charged with capital murder in another case. Pugh says he expects that trial to get started near the end of the year. He's hoping the outcome in Texas will get justice here in Mississippi.
I would say that the turn of events in Texas definitely brought things to a head quicker than they may have come to a head otherwise. I do believe that the crime in Texas was to cover up the crime in Mississippi. And after that, I believe that had the crime in Texas not occurred, the victim in Texas would have probably given state's evidence that would have already closed our case in Mississippi.
And Pugh says the weapon used to kill Burnside was never recovered. Investigators believe it was immediately disposed of after that crime. A father of five, is found guilty of killing all 5 of his children and driving their bodies throughout southeast Mississippi.
Mira, guilty. As to indictment 189, Elias, guilty.
One by one, Timothy Jones Jr. listened as the forewoman in a South Carolina jury called each of his children by name, followed by a guilty verdict. The murders happened in South Carolina in August of 2014. Jones, whose parents and brothers lived in Amory, drove for 9 days before disposing of his children near Camden, Alabama. Investigators found blood in his vehicle after he was arrested in South Mississippi. Jones confessed to the crime, but his attorneys say he suffers from a serious mental illness. The jury took just 6 hours to reach its decision. He will be sentenced later this week. The woman accused of ordering a couple to leave the Oktibbeha County lake while holding a gun has been arrested. 70-year-old Ruby Nell Howell turned herself in this morning. She's charged with 1 count of threatening exhibition of a weapon. Howell was released on a $500 bond. Their cell phone video that went viral taken the day of the incident. Franklin and Jessica Richardson, the couple in the video, were asked to leave the property. Howell, at the time a KOA employee, is seen in the video holding a gun, telling them to leave. The Richardsons filed a report with the Sheriff's Department this past Friday. Howell's first court date is scheduled for June 25th in Oktibbeha County Justice Court. A chicken house fire kills about 22,000 birds today in Winston County. That blaze happened at a farm near the intersection of Boone and Garrigues roads. Several fire departments responded to the call, but the building was destroyed. Winston County Fire Coordinator Jody Gerard says the cause of that fire is still unknown. No injuries were reported. Well, time now to turn things over to meteorologist Kendall Smith to get a first look at our forecast.
A nice but hot evening. This is taking a look in downtown Tupelo on our Alpha Insurance Sky Camera, where we can see that they are already starting to set up for the Elvis Festival that will begin tomorrow evening. It's currently 88 degrees in Tupelo, and area-wide that's what we are seeing temperatures in the upper 80s and low 90s. 91 currently in Columbus, 90 in Starkville, and 87 a little cooler in Winona. As we go looking ahead, we're going to keep that summer heat along with us, but heavy rain is on its way as we continue to monitor the tropics for more rain.
All right, Kendall, thanks a lot. Camp, it can be a rite of passage, a milestone in the summers of childhood. More than 20 years ago, the opportunity to go to camp opened new adventures for children who have trouble communicating. That was the beginning of Camp Jabberjaw. But this may be the final summer. Funding issues have already have some programs at Mississippi State's T.K. Martin Center in jeopardy. No one knows officially if this camp will continue. Our Riley Livingston joins us in the studio with more.
Andrea, if there is a cloud of doubt hanging over camp, it's hard to find. Longtime instructors, new teachers, and students and their families concentrate on the here and now with hope that that everything will happen and they will be back here next summer. For some kids, the words just won't come. But the TK Martin Center's Camp Jabberjaw gives nonverbal kids a voice.
B, R, E, A, K, F.
For instructors and students, this is a chance to talk with augmentative communication.
Because before that, I was using real paper and pen and some gestures.
But this year is a little different for Jeanette Haresh. She is one of several staff members working their final camp.
What I'm going to miss truly are my clients and the staff. The staff that I work with are truly some of the most kind-hearted individuals who truly care about their clients. And so I'm going to miss that dynamic of truly getting to invest in the lives of people in this state.
TK Martin Center Director Janie Selo New has been a part of Camp Jabberjaw since it started 22 years ago. She is retiring but says the program has changed lives.
I've seen it have a tremendous impact. We've had campers who have come to camp and their parents will say they really don't want to use their communication system. Then they'll let us know after they get back. So now she takes it everywhere she goes.
They also have people who listen.
So he connects with his friends at camp and looks forward to seeing them every year, and then it helps him when we go back to our home to find ways to communicate with other kids who don't have the challenges that we do.
Bach Shelton is a role model.
Up to, of course, because they need someone that they can look up to.
Camp leaders and parents hope the program continues.
I hope that it does continue. I think it's been a very powerful camp for a lot of people, and so, I hope that it will continue.
I'm just so thankful to have been a part of the TK Martin Center and continue to see how the impact will continue even though some programs aren't continuing as it once was. I'm really going to miss that.
At the moment, Camp Jabberjaw and other TK Martin programs are in a state of limbo. We are scheduled to speak with someone from MSU about the center later this week.
All right, Riley in our studio with that story. 60 Mississippi high school scholars are on the MUW campus. The 38th annual Mississippi Governor's School Residential Honors Program kicked off this week. Students from 30 school districts across the state are participating. The two-week collegiate experience blends cultural, academic, social, and recreational opportunities. Organizers say the goal is to challenge and expose these teenagers to new ideas and experiences.
They've been getting into their classes now. They've been learning some new things, some podcasting, some mock trial in some of the classes. They've been learning how to make musical instruments from plants. So far, it's been great.
And Governor's School wraps up on June the 15th. Well, at the top of our newscast, we gave you an update on the murder investigation into Carol Burnside's murder in last year. Her daughter says January of 2018 changed her life forever. Although no one has been charged in the case, her daughter says she will not give up until her mother gets justice.
The person I had been with all my life, just me and her, was gone. And I didn't know how I would do it from that point on, but I'm here.
Alika Brown's life changed in a blink of an eye back in January of 2018. Brown's mom, Carol Burnside, wanted her to come home the night her life tragically ended. At the time, a senior at Alcorn State, she told her mother she would be there Saturday morning when she got off work. Like she promised, she called her mom that morning, but her mom never answered.
My aunt said she went to the bedroom. She didn't see her. She went to the living room. Everything's laid out. Her medicine's laid out, everything. Go to my room. Normally I have the door closed, and it was just like it was. Door was closed. When she opened it, she found her.
She got the news while she was at work.
And I looked, and I read my manager's lips. And she said they just found her mom dead. So I knew right then. And from that point, I feel like I lost a whole half of me.
One of their last conversations they had on the phone was about senseless violence.
It's like, I can't believe this shooting and this gun violence is getting outrageous. This was Friday morning. I talked to her Friday night when she asked me to come home, that we would all meet up at the same time and be there, and then she was gone later on that night.
Brown says it didn't take long to figure out who could have been responsible for taking away the person she loved the most. She says she believed it was her stepdad, Daryl Burnside.
She told me I would make it home at the same time. That's the reason why she wanted me to come on home. And then when I talked to him, he's, oh, well, I'm still in Louisiana. But something doesn't add up because I talked to her and she said you were on the way home. So there is no doubt in my mind who done it.
Brown says her mom always had a smile on her face and never met a stranger. A month after her mother's murder, Brown found out she was expecting.
I don't know how I'm doing it, but I honestly believe that it is her. Because he's hurt up and down, the laughs, his chubby cheeks, he is hurt completely.
This picture is one of the last the mom and daughter took together just 2 months before she was killed. Pictures she says she'll cherish forever, especially since the two never got to take that college graduation picture like they'd planned.
I was about to graduate. We were getting ready for pictures. That's all she had talked about. Lika, we done finally made it, finally paid off. And before I can even walk the line, he took her away from me.
Brown graduated from Alcorn State the same year her mother was killed. Today, her son is 7 months old. She says she won't give up until the person responsible is behind bars.
Washington Furniture rebuilding better and stronger than ever less than a year after a massive fire at its Pontotoc facility. We'll have that story coming up on WCBI News.
A longtime Northeast Mississippi furniture manufacturer is rebuilding at the same spot that was ravaged by fire less than a year ago. WCBI's Allie Martin tells us how Pontotoc Furniture Company, Pontotoc's Washington Furniture, has kept its employees working, met important goals, and is now looking to the future in a new and improved facility.
1, 2, 3. For Tony Farr, the ceremonial groundbreaking is a symbol of the attitude and culture at Washington Furniture.
We're still strong as a company, and we come together as a family, and we always keep our head up, no matter what happens, through the struggle or anything.
Last year, Farr and more than 300 fellow workers went through struggle and uncertainty after a fire leveled much of the Pontotoc plant. Employees were off the job for about 3 weeks, but company officials moved production lines to a building not damaged in the fire, meaning steady pay for employees. And Washington moved quickly to rebuild. The new facility will be a 400,000 square foot warehouse with enhanced safety and security features.
There's an upgraded fire sprinkler system in here, as well as you can see the firewall behind me. So it'll be divided in compartments so that if there is a fire, it'll be contained to one area.
Washington Furniture has made sure its employees have been taken care of during this ongoing rebuilding process. But at the same time, the company has also been able to meet its production and sales goals.
We've been able to stay focused, determined, and our retail partners have not left us. They supported us when we needed them the most. And we're forever indebted to that.
Pontotoc's mayor and fire chief both say it's great to see the company coming back stronger than ever.
It's a testament to both the management and the employees here. The management said we will not let this defeat us, and they moved forward with it. The employees bought into it and said, this company means something to us.
And to watch the building go up as fast as it's going, and the state-of-the-art facility they're building is really, truly investing back in Pontotoc. It's awesome to see.
Washington Furniture should be in its new warehouse by the end of the year. In Pontotoc, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
The investigation into the arson is still active, and there are rewards totaling $15,000 for any information leading to the arrest and conviction of the arsonist.
Well, we are currently monitoring the tropics for heavy rain that will make its way into our area this coming week on into your weekend. More on those rain chances coming up next.
Your first alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Kendall Smith.
Well, we saw some showers just a little bit ago in downtown Columbus. This is looking out downtown Columbus on our Alpha Insurance Sky Camera, where we are seeing blue skies now, and that will continue to be the trend as we go throughout the evening. However, some of us are still seeing some shower activity. There is a little storm that's pushing on its way into Fulton, as well as a little bit of shower activity down by Houston, and then the strongest storm at this time is located just south of Kosciuszko. It will be making its way into your area in the next few minutes. So this is our view on satellite or on Doppler radar and we're just seeing lots of summertime showers. This is a common trend for this time of the year. And it is hot and muggy outside. Temperatures are sitting in the low 90s, 91 in Columbus, 90 in Starkville, a little cooler, 84 in Louisville. But as we go throughout the evening, temperatures will make its way into the low 70s. An isolated shower cannot be ruled out at this time, but most of us won't see any rain, and it will be a muggy evening. So timing out those rain chances a little bit better for you. We're going to keep a chance for an isolated shower storm throughout your evening tonight, but then by the time we make it to midnight, looks all the rain has cleared out of our area. We're just seeing mostly cloudy skies. And then by the time you wake up on Wednesday, again, mostly cloudy skies are to be expected, but that rain chances will start to make its way back into our area by lunchtime on Wednesday. And then we're going to keep those rain chances around for us for the next several days. So the greatest chance to see some rain, however, is going to come on your Thursday and all the way through the weekend. So by the time you wake up and head out to school or work on Thursday, we're seeing widespread rain. And this is going to be the trend as we go throughout the next several days. So Friday as well, we are seeing another batch of widespread rain and showers. And then again on Saturday, we are looking at more and more rain. So how much rain can you expect over the next several days? Well, we could see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches in some spots. So in our area, we are looking at a little bit 3.5 inches in Columbus, 3.5 inches in Tupelo, and then a little bit less to our south, but a lot of rain is expected over the next several days. So temperatures are going to top out in the upper 80s area-wide tomorrow, maybe a little bit warmer for our southern counties, looking at 89 in Louisville, 88 in Ackerman, and we are going to top out in the upper 80s in West Alabama as well, 89 in Vernon and 89 in Sullivan. So it's going to be warm. It's going to feel a lot like summertime tomorrow. Keeping a chance for an isolated shower storm around for your Wednesday. This is the last day to see temperatures in the 90s, and then we will cool off to the mid 80s, but we will bring those rain chances back in for your weekend. More news coming up next.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
For the first time since 2014, Ole Miss baseball is 2 wins away from a trip to Omaha. Up next for the Rebels, a SEC West rematch. Ole Miss putting in work today, preparing for its trip to Fayetteville for a battle with the 5-seed Arkansas Razorbacks. Baum-Walker Stadium rivals almost any venue in terms of home field advantage, but the Rebels aren't worried about 10,000 plus yelling against them. The Rebels have won 3 out of 5 against Arkansas in 2019, and they're the only team in 2019 to win a series inside Baum-Walker. Ole Miss is ready to hear the very loud chants from Woo Pig in Fayetteville.
It's a good place for us, though. We're locked into every pitch. We love the atmosphere there. We love everybody against us, and I think we come together and we just play well.
It's definitely gonna be a challenge, but I'm confident in our team right now, the way that we're playing. We're going out there, we're having a lot of fun, and we're just trying to keep that up and see if we can win 2 games there and go to Omaha.
The good news is the starting pitching looks like it's all guys we faced, and certainly the same bullpen. But again, I think there's too much that goes into that. I mean, to me, it's almost tongue-in-cheek. Yeah, it makes the scouting stuff a little easier, which it is. Less video maybe you have to watch and all that. But again, I know it's boring to hear, but it's more how you play. And we've had success because we've played well.
These super regional schedules are set. Taking a look at the Super in Arkansas. Saturday, 11 a.m. first pitch on ESPN2, 2 p.m. Sunday, and then, of course, Monday, if necessary, it'll be a 3 p.m. first pitch. That game on ESPN2 as well. Then the Starkville Super Regional, Mississippi State taking on 11 seed Stanford, 2 p.m. first pitch on Saturday. That game will be on ESPN2. Sunday, late first pitch yet again, 8 p.m. ESPNU, you can catch that game. And then Monday, of course, if necessary, 6 p.m. in Starkville. That game would be on ESPN2 as well. We'll have more from Mississippi State on its upcoming Super Regional matchup with Stanford coming up tomorrow on WCBI Sports. Late last night, the Rebels shortstop Gray Kessinger gets selected in the second round of the MLB draft to the Houston Astros. Kessinger was picked number 68, the 11th player under Mike Bianco to go in the first 2 rounds. The Oxford Regional MVP led the SEC in hits during conference play and was second in conference in batting average and on-base percentage. Speaking of leaders in hits, today during the MLB draft, the SEC's all-time leader, Jake Mangum, heading to the Big Apple. The New York Mets drafting Mangum in the 4th round with pick number 118. Mangum was drafted by the Mets in 2016, showing hard work pays off because that time was in round 30. The senior center fielder became the first Mississippi State Bulldog to collect 100 hits in a season twice in his career. Day 2 of the Major League Baseball draft is complete. Some notable picks along with Jake Mangum. Will Epridge goes in the 5th round to the Colorado Rockies. Hey, the Rockies going to the well again with the Rebels. They drafted Will Golson last year. Thomas Dillard goes in the 5th to Milwaukee. Draft class teaming in with Ethan Small from last night. Cooper Johnson to the 6th to Detroit. Mississippi State's Colby White is going 16 picks later to Tampa Bay. Best news of the day for Ole Miss. 5-star football recruit and baseball Jarian Ely pulled himself out of the draft, so he enrolls in Ole Miss, and Mississippi State commit Ethan Hearn going 6th. We'll see if he ends up in Starkville or heads to the pros. That's it for sports. Last look at weather is next.
Well, tomorrow's the last day with temperatures in the 90s, and we could see an isolated shower or storm, but we are going to ramp those rain chances back up Thursday through your weekend with temperatures in the mid-80s.
We've been asking for cooler temperatures and some rainfall, so we got both.
Yes, exactly. You did get both, indeed.
That is the news at 6 o'clock, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening.